right? Like, does it hold? What does it do? I like the overall look. The one interesting thing, too, is, like, you had a gap here, and that gap has started to fill. Like, so this is going to be, it's a low-risk trade. You know, it's a low-risk trade because you got a former momentum stock. You've retraced 30-something%, give or take. You know, you got yourself a little bit of a gap city. It's good. Butt plug. Your butt plug has got, man, this thing was $75. Man, you're getting this thing at 47, so, you know, 20, 30, 40% discount again. Key is this 50 SMA. See, this one's really oversold, too. You got Stochastics at 14. I think this is on the list. We just can't chase it, right? Let it pull back a little bit. Let it pull back a little bit, and I think we're going to be good to go. And then the key is this. If these things finish strong today, right, you get a green candle to hold, then I think we're going to be good to go. Does that make sense? Good. Sweet. All right. Dun dun, Mara, junk. PE, junk. Yala. Next bounce play. This one's going to be a little bit tricky, but the SSR is going to be on it. Yala's $41. You pull back to 26. Now, couple things on this. This is the Arabic Facebook, I believe, or the Arabic Twitter. Sounds like a good plan, right? I can see kids right now in the rivers of Jordan, just sitting on Yala, bringing in traffic. This thing's a heater. The other thing is it's still a mid-cap stock that's been really kind of the sweet spot in the market. If we start, when this thing wants to like cook, it can rip $10 in a day. So we've got it like an interesting sweet spot. I wish it didn't gap so much. But we're going to have a spot here. If this gap starts to pull back, watch and see how it reacts around yesterday's lows. 9 EMA, 20 EMA. I think we come in hot on this thing too. This one's a little bit trickier than butt plug or BLDP in that it trades a little bit thinner. So those of you guys that have watched me trade for a long time, right? The spread on this can be often 20, 30 cents. So when you get a 20, 30 cent spread, like I could be in and say like, hey, I'm in this, and it starts to fly, and you're like still pulling up the chart, right? It's already gone. So you got to keep it on your list, right? Be very organized with your trades. Be very organized with trades. When it's time to go, it's time to go. If I like Yala, it's got a good one. So those are the bounce plays, right? So we've got Yala, we've got butt plug, we've got F-Shell, we got BLDP. Now a couple other bouncy plays. So I want to break these up into buckets, right? We've got our earnings plays, bounce plays, and then breakout trade. A couple more bounce trades. SPWR. This thing was 57, 58 bucks. Pulled back to 38. Sitting at the 50 SMA. Oversold Stochastics at 10, so it's an extreme level. You're sitting on the 50 SMA here. You've got nice, easy kind of risk management. If this thing closes well, I'll probably take this one maybe for a swing. Maybe. If it closes well. So I like that one. That one's going to be pretty good. Other bouncies. Pennzilla, Penn the GOAT. You had your earnings on these particular days. It went from 100 to about 130. This is more of a trend trade, right? So these other ones are like steeper pullbacks. Trend trading is much easier than, right, other types of trading. You've got this thing pulling back to 110. You've been holding here, really just kind of marinating right around this level, right? You got a marination station just sitting here at the 20 SMA. Now you're starting to peek its head out. If you see here, like you built out a range here, so let's look at like a 30-minute chart here, right? You've kind of built out a little bit of a range here that's starting to cook. If this thing starts to bust over 120, we're going to be hot, all right? We're going to be hot. So I like that look for a trend trade. Same thing with OSTK. we had the flag breakout pullback. I think that one's going to be pretty good. I like PENN better, though. OSTK seems to get people in trouble. This is a electric battery-ish company. Man, this thing is tighter than a goose's caboose right here. This thing's tighter than goose's caboose. You've got this thing just straight up, just grind mode. You got this thing straight up, just grind mode, right into that 50 SMA. You can see like how tight this range is. Man, it's just hanging here, right? If this thing starts to just hold, if thing just starts to hold here, man, and it busts loose out of this, I think it probably explodes quick into the 25, next by the end of the day, 30, so on and so forth. You need the setup though. So guys, when you if we're talking about XYZ stock or something, right? Like that doesn't mean it's ready to go. Like it doesn't mean it's ready to party. You still have to align time frames. You still got to get some confirmation. You still got to massage the balls on those things before you enter, right? We always know that. You don't just, if a chart looks good, you don't just buy it. You gotta massage the balls a little bit and get that thing going before you enter. So like I like the overall look of this, but I won't like blindly just buy and put a stop loss under, even though that is one common way to do it, is just to manage the risk and not look at it. But like I think that this is only a swing trade, by the way. This stock can't be day traded. It's thinner than, it's thinner than Jason's noodle, which is very thin. I only saw it. I didn't see it. I'm just saying. I didn't see it. It was a conference. Now leave MP. I think MP's probably getting a little bit long in the tooth. Leave that alone. This is the one I was looking for. This might be top of the list. This might be top of the list, along with butt plug, and some of those other ones. FUV. If you can pick up chicks in an FUV scooter, I mean, you are a player. This thing, $13.38, pulling all the way back. You got multiple levels of support. We don't really know if it's going to settle here or maybe here, but it's in the same zone. That's a big time pullback. You got a 7 stochastics on this bad boy. Woo! You got 7 stochastics on this thing. Bounce City. Now on this one, it can be Bounce City, which is a great city, but the big hairy Indian butts is it does trade a little bit thin. So it does trade a little bit thin, meaning like it does enough volume. It'll do like 10 million shares, in volume. 5 million shares, 6 million shares, but it still trades thin. Like it just has just a little bit of a spread on it. The reason it trades thin is not necessarily the lack of volume per se on it. It's that the float is like very low on it. So when this thing cooks, it cooks, and when it fades, it fades. We got multiple levels of support here. That's hot to trot, baby. That's hot to trot. All right. So these are all the bouncy plays. All right. Now let's talk about potential breakout trades. Hold on one second. Fuck, I was just about to do that too, Jason. This thing, I think CCIV fades off today. Gut feel it. The way it was acting end of day yesterday, it's very extended. I just took a short, 60.33. I just got short, 60.33. So I think this thing rolls over today. Not a pure rollover, but it's really extended. From what I can gather, at least that's what it said on TC2000, is when this when this SPAC deal goes through, I think CCIV only gets like 20% of Lucid anyways. So everybody's buying this thing up. It's ready for a little bit of a fade. I think it goes red to green today. That's when we'll put the hammer. I'm just in a half size right now. We'll take this thing. We'll take this thing downtown Julie Brown and get it going. Yeah, I think it needs to get under 60, and then it's going to shred. So I'm in a half size. We'll take a little bit of a tester. Stops over 61.50. And then if it rolls red, we'll put the hammer on this thing. We'll see what's going on. All right, now let's get back to, chit-chatting. Trend trades. I think trend trades. Future. And we can't chase the gap up on this, but I do think we got a 200 break coming on this. Trend trade. It's got a sick raid. Tiger. You got a breakout pullback to the 9. That one's going to look pretty good too. Both of these are going to be trend trades. Roku had earnings, but you didn't really see any action on it. So I think... I don't know about this one. And Knox is oversold. This is another one that's like a little bit oversold, but it's not necessarily, it's not clean. I think it is bouncy, but it's not necessarily the cleanest, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'd probably leave that one alone. Yeah, SAVA is not bad. SAVA is not bad. This is a tricky trader. For any of you guys that are new, probably stay away from stocks like this because they just spike and fade. If you've got a little bit more dexterity in your fingers, then it's a great stock to trade. But if you're really thinking if you're not in a good spot mentally for your trading, these kind of stocks, they just cause you so much damn stress, right? They just cause you so much damn stress. I think there's just easier trades out there. I'd much rather you look at something like this Redfin or something that's like a trend trade, right? I think those are going to be easier. They're not as sexy, but they're going to be easier. Workhorse. Breakout pullback to support. That's the list, all right? We've got too many stocks already. So I'm going to repeat. We got buckets. We got long EV battery names and support. Workhorse. What else? Butt plug, BLDP, F-cell, and FUV. You are for me. Right? So those are going to be our bouncies. Then we got SPWR, also bouncy. On the short side, we're looking at Riot, Mara, CCIV. Take those down, downtown Julie Brown. Then we've got our bucket of trend trades. Trend trades are Future, Tiger, and I would add QS, the GOAT. QS, the GOAT to it. I didn't like that fade yesterday. That does worry me a little bit, so we're going to have to massage the balls on this thing. But overall, it looks pretty good. I'm living in Florida, baby, the dirty South. Destin, Florida, the dirty, dirty. Cool. CBAT's okay. The thing with CBAT is it's a spiker and a fader. If it ever clears this 9-ish zone, I think you're good. It looks like it's got some news out, maybe. I'd add it. It's not my particular, it's not my particular flavor, but I think you're all right. Good. This is the list, guys. We're sticking to it. It's the hottest list you're ever going to get. What else do we need? What else do we need? We're good people here. Let's go have some fun. Let's make a little money. You guys know the rules. No small caps on Fridays. You do small caps on Fridays, you know what happens. You lose a bunch of money. Your wife gets pissed at you. She puts you in the closet for the weekend. You're in the closet watching VHS movies of the Goonies, twerking yourself, eating pizza rolls till she lets you out of the closet, all because you got into the small cap game. You got a little bit excited because you saw somebody on Twitter trading some small cap. You lost all your money. You lost your dignity. Your kids hate you. They need braces. And never again are you getting out of that closet. It's no buenos. That's Spanish for no good. Let's go have some fun. Let's make some money. Let's do what we do, which is the do.